For example, say ceremony when we have grandparent day, celebrate the day of the part away. So I will take my children to come back my hometown to join the ceremonies event. So let them know that where about yeah, it had to say in English, but that means they know about grandparent, grandma, yeah, about their hometown. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, actually, that is really perfect.
yeah,
So, I think that's really good. So, because next generation, so we
yes,
need to give them something about our parents, our grandparents, our ancestor, our tradition. So,
yeah,
about their hometown. Actually, I think they are parts of our root, our
yeah,
foundation.
yeah,
Like, yes, of course, when you visit your hometown to
mm,
actually like you commemorate
yeah,
grandparents. Yeah, of course, that is the day in honor of in honor of your grandparents,
yeah,
that
yeah,
actually, yeah, of course. So especially if they passed away, you remember, or you can show, for example, the
mm,
hometown to your kids, because maybe they have no idea.
yeah,
And that is really important, actually, for children to understand and
yeah,
learn, I think,
yeah,
about their ancestors, their grandparents, grandmother, the place that you grew up.
yes,
That
yes,
is really
that's right.
important, of course,
Yeah,
about the history, family history.
yeah,
And this way, actually, you wanted to say that they feel connected.
yeah,
And yeah, of course, they will get connected to the history of family or to the roots they
yeah,
come from. So that
yeah,
is really important.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that is really good.
I take time to introduce about my hometown to my kid and
Yeah,
show them what did I do when I was a kid. Yeah.
yeah, that is really good, of course. And tell me, what do they think? So, are they interested in, or no? They would go for, no, that we love, for example, this lifestyle because it's different. So of course they
Yeah.
live in modern cities, and for example, just we can say high tech world. So when
Yeah.
you want to talk, so are they interested in or no?
Yeah, I think because we don't have a high gap from my hometown and Hanoi City. So
Oh,
when I
so they
come back,
understand.
yeah, if I it had to set up the in atmosphere and environment look like when I was young. Yeah, it had. I only show and tell to them that this position when I was young. I am a farmer, yeah, and I do something. But yeah, I identify some tool or equipment for farmer look like when I was young. Yeah, it had to
Yeah,
set up again atmosphere, that atmosphere.
yeah. Of course, maybe they of course they can't. Yeah. Uh, so it's like that is really actually a good way. You show a
Yeah,
part of real life that you actually lived in the
yeah,
past. And yeah, I think because so you explain, but of course they have no actually picture. So but when
yeah,
they can see, yes, the environment actually
yeah,
from your childhood, or for example the atmosphere. So, and I think the best way is to show them to see, and that is
yeah.
perfect. Yeah, of course.
Because you know Vietnam grow very high from 20 years ago until now. That means when I was young, everything I am my father is farmer, so yeah, I am farmer too. So everything we do by hand. Yeah, no, that only tool and some uh, simple equipment. Yeah, but right now when I come back to my hometown, the farmer they have a lot of modern vehicle. So yeah, so that means I cannot find some old tool or old equipment to introduce
Yeah, of
my
course,
team.
got it. Of course, everything has changed. So it's not
Yeah,
only about, this field. So everything has changed
mm,
since, many years ago, since
yeah,
we were actually a child, uh, until next. Of course, everything has changed. Equipment, tools, and now everything actually has become modernized, and we can say, wow, and we can find that simple,
yeah,
actually, those kind of simple equipment.
yeah,
So, yeah, but that is really actually having strong tie, I think is
yeah,
really important
yeah,
with your family, with your background. Some people, unfortunately, nowadays, some people try to forget.
yeah,
And that is the problem of humanity, I think. When you
yeah,
forget where you, for
yeah,
example, I'm from a working class family. Why not? It's perfect. So
yeah,
why not? So some people unfortunately forget where they come from. And, this is the problem. And
yeah,
if we have strong ties with our ancestors, our family background, of course, we can raise better children.
yeah,
So, yeah, this is my idea. And I think so.
yeah,
That is actually perfect that you have a chance to do it.
yeah, yeah,
So, and I think it's really good that, you think about these actually events, or for example, this part of life is really important. And
mm,
I think it's perfect. So I think every country should have. So
yes,
yeah,
yeah,
that is really good.
yeah,
Well, thank you. Thank you. We talked about a really good topic, and
yeah,
I, of course, liked it. Okay, now, if you agree, we can move on to our actually book. Let's see what we have.
yeah. I
Okay.
agree.
Yep.
Yeah, yes, I agree. Yeah,
Of course.
yeah. We do
Well,
uh, the book. Yeah,
yeah, of course.
mm,
Well, and now, as you remember, we talked about these diagrams, and
yeah,
now I want to talk about that is really important, especially you need it. Sometimes you want
yeah,
to prepare a short presentation.
yeah,
So, first of all, let's describe. I want to give you some key actually features and factors to know. When I say short presentation, actually,
yeah,
I mean about 3 to 5 minutes. So
yeah,
this is short presentation because, some people have no idea about the time. Okay, so for example, it should be 5, 10 minutes. Okay, if you want to have good, fruitful, engaging time, short
yeah,
presentation for 5 minutes, the most I mean, is good.
yeah,
Now, how to do it? Of course, so the first step is introduction.
yeah,
Please don't last actually your introduction more than, I don't know, just 50 seconds, because it's
mm,
too much. So don't, it means the first you would need to introduce yourself, introduce your topic, and between maybe 40 seconds or
yeah,
50 seconds is enough for introduction, not more, because you need. Then the most important part, that is the body of your presentation. You need
mm,
to talk. We have some WH words. What, when, who. For
yeah,
example, I want to talk about the first one. Look, this question.
yeah,
Let me change the color. This one. Changes in your company or in the economy of your country. For example, this is an example that we can talk about. Well, main actually body and the body of your presentation. For example, what happened, when happened, who was affected. So there are three actually questions that I need to discuss when giving my actually explanation. Then why? And actually, if it was planned,
mm,
then you need to talk about the result. Again, WH. Okay, what are
yeah,
the effects? how people respond. So that is really important. Positive, negative. So they are, and the last part, that is conclusion. So let me, do you need me to type them on the board? Do you need me to type it?
Yeah.
Of course. Of course. So the first part, introduction.
Yeah.
That is about, for
30 seconds, right?
yeah, like, 35 to 45, it's good. Not more. Yeah, because you need time. Actually, your presentation should be like about 5 minutes. So you need to focus on your body. That is like, more. Then you have actually the body of presentation. So WH, what, when, who affected, the results, positive or negative. So all these questions should be answered, okay? So, and then, for example, as I told you, when I say what, I mean what happened. And for example, it was planned or expected or no. So that is really important. And after that, of course, so the most, can I say that 2 or 3 minutes, you can speak 2 or 3 minutes on this part, and after that, your conclusion should be about maybe 30 seconds, not more. Just summarize it and finish. So then conclusion, so this one body is 2 or 3 minutes. And then, of course, maybe more. So, and after that, you have conclusion. That is can be at least 30 minutes. Now, if 30, 40, so it's your choice. You need to summarize the main points.
Yeah.
That's really important.
In conclusion, we have 13 seconds or
Yeah,
minutes.
it's better, because this is, the end. So 30, 35, I mean that when you want to, of course, you've already mentioned your point. Now, what you need to do first, summarize the main point. And actually, it's like, don't forget, please end your, end your conversation, presentation with your personal opinion. That is really good. So at the end, so you can end with your personal opinion, or if you have any prediction. What do you think, for example? So you can end it 30, 35. So it's not exactly, okay, just look at your watch and don't talk more than 30. No, just 30, 35. I mean, some people just stretch. Sometimes, for example, I don't know, they try, just, they labor about just, at the point that is stretch it, just, talk on this, the same point again, and you don't need, just summarize it. And this is actually a good structure for your presentation. Now let's make it together. Just
so I have a question. That what would we use why? That means explanation why in the body.
Yeah, okay, why happened? Yes, why happened? So what happened? When happened? Who was affected? For example, when I'm talking about the economy, now, actually, I will make a sample. So who and why this happened? If we have a growth in economy, why it happened? If we have a decrease, of course, we need to talk about it. And then if this actually changed, or if these changes were planned or no, unexpected, that is really important. So for actually talking about changes, you need to answer some WH questions. What, when, who, why, and how. So, for example, but the most, before we actually talk and we maybe we write a sample, let's decide, because that is really important. Conversational or formal language. That is really important because some people don't know what language is an appropriate one, for example, to present your idea. So that is really important. So first, let's talk about it. So, for example, if you are indifferent, if it's a team meeting, yeah, this is internal presentation with your team, conversational and business, so it's good. You should be friendly, just your speech should be clear, and because you want to keep your teammates engaged, that is really important. If you're talking to your client, again, conversational but friendly and respectful. That is really important. It should be respectful. So you need to build connection with your clients. And just, some people sound robotic, just like a robot. It's not good because you are talking to clients. So that is really important. If it's official document, it's report, official document, definitely formal language. So you can't use, because you need to actually be more professional. Your document should actually sound more professional. So formal language. If you are, for example, this is a conference, okay, a conference, or like, I don't know, just with people, again, conversational. This is a conference, so it's okay, conversational, but your structure should be strong. Why? Because it should be clear. People should follow you. You are talking in front of people, so that is really important. If it's legal setting, definitely formal. So we divide, okay? But normally in business, we have clients and meeting teammates. Yeah. So I want to give you some actually maybe native speaker, native phrases that you can use. Okay, for example, about this, I want to start my presentation. Okay, I want to say this is formal. Good morning, everyone. My name is Monica, and I serve, for example, a customer service, I don't know, representative at this company. For example, I do a cryptocurrency trading platform. This is formal. Good morning, everyone. My name is Monica. Okay, this is formal and it's good. Now, if you want to make it conversational, okay. So, for example, more natural American style. Hi, everyone. I'm Monica, and I work in customer support at this company, crypto, for example, trading platform. Okay. Today, I want to share a few key changes, for example, that have been happening in the economy of my country, and how they're, for example, affecting businesses and everyday life. This is a conversational form, a natural form. So it's better, I think, especially so it's people feel like, more close. So it's better. Okay, so good morning. My name is formal. Hi, everyone. I'm Monica, and I work in customer support, or for example, this part of this sector. And today I want to is conversational. That is clear. And in conversational, if you want to sound native and natural, use contractions. Ver, that's. So they're good. And then if you want to be more formal, of course, as I told you, the friend. Okay, today I would like to present some key developments. Today I want to talk about key factors. This one, the first one is better. And for writing, formal language. Now, for example,
the difference from formal and informal that I would like to it will make it formal, right?
Yeah. When I say not only I would like, I want. I want is informal. I would like is formal. And when I say I want to talk about I would like to present some. Okay, I want to talk about some key factors. I would like to present some key developments. This is totally formal, key development. But yeah, actually in a conversation, you don't need to say key development. So but it's formal. It's very good. So if your context,
I have a question.
Of course.
In a meeting, in a business meeting, we often use formal. Formal.
Let me say, actually, it depends on this. So we have modern conversational, formal business language, two actually types. So modern conversational and formal business. It depends on the situation and audience. That is really important. But in most, I can say most modern workplaces, especially in American businesses culture, conversational business tone is more common. So it depends. But in my country, in most modern actually workplaces, that is conversational and respectful. That is really important. So the point is here, how to use. So team meeting, this is of course internal presentation with for example, colleagues. So that why not conversational and respectful? That is really important. Yes. For example, you should be clear. You should be confident. Okay. And you should, mix. The point is here, mix everyday vocabulary and business terms. So mix everyday vocabulary and business terms. What is that? So let's talk about it. For example, I want to give you some phrases. So, for example, you want to say that, let's start immediately. This is actually the phrase. Let's begin now. Of course, it's good. But in actually American native style, you can say, let's dive in. Let's dive right in. Let's begin. Let's start immediately. So this is the meaning of it. So you can say, why not?
But I think let's start immediately. Maybe it might formal.
Of course. I'm giving you natural. So this one, let's dive right in, is a common conversational let's begin or let's start immediately, especially immediately. Of course, it's formal, more formal. For example, you want to show, this is actually starting, you want to show your appreciation. That is really important. Greeting audience. Thanks for being here today. Thanks for being here today. This is really natural and good. Thanks for being here today. You want to appreciate your audience, okay? And another synonym is thank you all for joining. Another form, why not? Thank you all for joining. Another, this one is also good. I like it, why not? And, or you can say you want to show your excitement, your enthusiasm about your topic. I'm excited to share some updates with you. I would like to talk about some key points. This is formal. So I'm excited to share some updates. Yeah, that is actually a good one. That I'd like to talk about some key points. Again, another one is good. So, and now you want to introduce your topic. So how to explain something? Do you have any question? Just if you have any question, you can ask. If no, keep going. Is it clear?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay. Yeah. Now, for example, you want to explain something step by step. Today, I want to walk you through. This one is good one. today I want to walk you through. That is, let me erase the bird.
Yeah.
Today, I want to walk you through. I want to step by step describe something. Okay.
Yeah. Go,
yeah.
the same with step by step.
Yeah, take you through something. Step
Yeah.
by step explain something. It means I want to take you through. I want to explain it.
Yeah.
Step by step. You are introducing. And okay, you wanna explain something in detail. You wanna
Yeah.
look at it, okay, closer. So let's take a closer look at the topic. Let's take a closer look at the topic, or at, for example, that this at this issue. So everything. So actually it's your choice how to. It means, okay, what I mean, let's explore. Let's explore
Yeah.
another. Yeah, but okay, let's take a closer look at it. And you want to talk about a big change, a major, okay? You can say one of the biggest shift we've seen, shift. One of the biggest shifts we've seen, a major change. Okay, this is actually one of the biggest shifts. So this way you want to talk about, and one of the biggest shift that we've seen in, for example, is, I don't know, the increases of, I don't know, cryptocurrency like this. And now it's time to give reason, okay, or give example. So sometimes you need to give some examples. How to give some examples, how to clarify a point. You talk about something. I don't understand. So you want to say in other word, okay, what that means. What that means, you can use it everywhere. For example, I say, we have had a great, for example, a significant increase, for example, in, I don't know, the number of people who join, for example, this field or like this. What that mean is, then you can explain. Okay, this is another one. And oh yeah.
So that phrase we use for the introduce the topic in the introduction phrase, right?
Yeah. Now we introduced. So first, I grade people. Okay, I started. Then I talked about I introduced my topic. Now people know what I'm talking about. And now I want to, okay, I'm talking, I need to give some examples because I want to clarify. So that is really important. Now it's time to talk. For example, when I explain something, I feel like that maybe people don't understand. So what that means is, then I try to put it simply. So I can say, to put it simply, actually, to explain in an easy way.
Sorry, I didn't see your typing in the
but
screen.
Can't you see this one? Can you see?
I see. Yeah, and I see you try something. Write something.
I'm typing, of course. I'm typing on the board. Can't you see the board? Let me share it again.
Oh, yeah, it's okay right now.
Okay, let me share it again. How about now? Can you see? Is it okay?
No, I didn't see anything.
Okay, I think you should wait. Maybe sometimes, per connection.
Yeah.
So to put it simply, you talk about something, you feel like that it can be challenging. Okay, let's make it clear. This phrase is really good. Okay, so let's put it simply. Let's explain it in an easy way.
Yeah.
For instance, for example, okay, or you want to actually give a real word example, something that happened in the word. How to say? So when you want to say, for example, of course, it's really normal, but we've seen this play out in, that is really good one. We've seen this play out in. This play out in the US. In, for example, it means it happened. It has happened. In real word. So, for example, you want to, I don't know, just, you know, refer to some real documents. Something, for example, last week this happened. We've seen this play out in the US, or for example, Oxford University, or for example, China or somewhere. So that is really good. You can use it. It means you want to give a real word example, and you can, of course, you can say, for example. So, for example, is the best one. Now, okay. You want to highlight important point. So, main point. That is main point. So here's the key takeaway. Here's the key takeaway, the most important idea. So here's the, okay, and then you explain it. Or you want to say that the most important result is how to say. Of course, you can exactly use these paraphrases. Why not? But maybe there are better phrases. So the first one, when I want to say the most important idea. How to say? The most important idea is the key takeaway. Here's the key takeaway. This is, of course, this is the most important. So here, takeaway has different. In fast food, we have something in food industry, we have different meaning. Or this one, you want to say that the most, actually, the bottom line, the final most important result. The bottom line is, the most important result is, the bottom line is, the most important result is, so both of them. Okay, this one. And if you want to point, yes.
It maybe make me confused. I just want to ask a question that the bottom line is the most important thing without it in the introduction phase, right?
So in
the body.
So when do you use it? You want to say, okay, wherever. So your body, okay, you are here. The meaning of it in summary. I told you after your body, you need to summarize. So the meaning of it is in summary. It's not only about the end of your speech. So whenever you feel like that you need to summarize what you say, you need to mention an important point, you can use this. But normally after your body, when you want to end, you want to summarize, you say the bottom line is, the result is, the summary is, so this one. So this is after main body. And of course, when you want to point out something important. Okay, guys, keep it in mind. Keep in mind that, okay, that is, it's worth nothing that. So pointing out, keep in mind that. So it's like something like, now I explained, I want to end my presentation. This is the end of my presentation.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to say that to summarize all this, okay, to wrap things up. To summarize, to wrap things up, of course, to finish, to conclude.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, you want to end politely. You want to say, I appreciate your attention. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate your attention. That's all from me. Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
That's all from me. Especially this one is really important because people don't know how to end it. That's all from me. Thank you for listening.
Yeah.
This is really polite, good one. It means I appreciate. Of course, you can say appreciate. That is like, or thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Both of them. Thank you for, okay? So that's all from me. It means I finished. And you want to ask everyone, do you have any questions? Okay. So the first one, normally we say, feel free to ask me anything. So feel free to, to ask me anything, any questions. So it's okay. But the best one, I'm happy to take any questions.
Yeah.
They are very natural American version phrases that you can use when presenting an idea in front of in friendly conversational situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. Of course, there are a lot. I just, gave you some part of it. So, but they're good ones. So they help, really helpful if you can use them. Yeah, how to use. They're really helpful. Well, okay, for example, I want to use just a part of it. Example. For example, I want to say from the beginning, let me show you what we have here. Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Monica. Okay. And so, for example, I'm from this. Okay. Let's dive right in. Today, I want to talk, about, or I want to walk you through some big changes happening in actually our country's economy. One of the biggest shifts we've seen is actually the move toward digital payments. And what means is people are no longer relying on cash. And, fintech apps are everywhere. Finance, technology. This is how I use these phrases. Easy. Yeah. Okay. Do you have any questions?
Your example is in introduction, right?
Yeah, of course, the beginning part. Okay. Of course.
Introduction.
I introduce myself. I introduce my topic, and I actually clarify it. When I say a digital payment, I feel like maybe some people don't understand. Then I said what that means is people are no longer relying on cash. Yeah, this is the that was the first part of my presentation. Then, of course, you can easily talk about your, topic. Okay.
Yeah. Finish introducing the audience. They will know about the source, about yourself, and after that they know about the main concept of your topic.
You and your topic. This is what people get after your introduction. You and your topic, just this. And and then of course you explain in main body. After that, finally, if you want to be sure that, people got what you said, summarize the key points, and that's it. To wrap all them, okay, this and this and this. If you have any opinion, you can add it. Or if you have prediction, you can add at the end. Yes. Yeah. Well, this is actually the format and the structure of, let me show you, like a short presentation. So of course, when it comes to formal, we totally change every phrase. This is because normally we don't have it. So robotic, you know, when you talk to people, you don't need to use very formal language. It's like robotic. I don't like it. Well, okay, so this is what I said. Okay. If you have no question, so we can keep going with the listening. Okay. Or okay, let me just ask you this before we listen. When you give a presentation, do you prefer your audience to ask questions during the presentation or at the end? Why?
I think the question should be at the end of presentation because I want to make sure that the audience they understand what's my idea in the whole presentation. So it may make me to be happy to answer or explain more detail and further detail of my presentation.
So during the presentation, you mean? During the presentation?
During the presentation, actually I made some question that's the idea is the next slide. So maybe it's take more time, waste time, and sometimes the question during presentation maybe they
distract you.
distract
you.
Distract to me and another audience.
Distract. Of course. Actually, you can have negative and positive. When people ask you questions during the presentation, it indicates and shows they're engaging. They are actually listening to you, so they're having questions. So it's good one. But at the same time, especially when you're stressed, so it's normal. You're talking. So it's like, maybe you lose the thread. So what I was talking about, you actually, it distracts you. So it's better to write your question actually down on a paper. Of course, normally in presentation, we have it. We have a paper and pen to write them down. Then at the end, of course, they ask, you answer. This is a better way. Just, when they interrupt you, sorry, this is like interruption and distractor. Well,
I think the audience, they can ask a question during the presentation if the presentation is very long and there are a lot of topic or main idea. So they can add topic by topic when
definitely
and presenter they have done topic by topic.
Actually, you mentioned a smart way because it's like when your presentation is long, because of course people feel bored sometimes. So it's better to ask you some questions. Of course, that is perfect. But because of this, we normally, presentation normally is short, because people, don't like to. Yes, it's not a conference. Conference is different. Conference is so this is presentation, so it's better to have it just make short. Then people don't feel like, I don't know, just bored, tired, just, oh God. So it's like, yes, I do agree with you. But when it's, that is really important. If you have dialogue or like, monologue, you only talk. Dialogue conversation, like, like a discussion, like you ask, I answer, I ask you, and this is something different. But yes, you're right. Definitely right. And people in the audience have different reasons for asking question or making a comment. What are some of different reasons? So what do you think about this?
I think there are some common acts or common comments. The first reason that they want to know further detail of the topic. That means we have to explain more about my topic to
Yes.
help to audience they deep understand the topic.
Yes.
And another reason that um, the audience they want to ask some question for critical thinking. That means they they just want to add answer to uh, that mean they considering as they consider about my idea, and in the fact or the barrier of the
Yeah.
solution or idea when they apply into
Yeah.
the facts.
Yeah, of course. They
Yeah,
analyze, actually, they
yeah,
analyze what you said. And of course, yes,
yeah,
they maybe try to, like, identify what you said and,
yeah,
the problems. And then, of course, yeah, they want to develop maybe a solution. Maybe if you're talking, yes, I know. And sometimes, the last one that sometimes actually it's only to disagree with the
mm,
speaker. So it happens a lot. So some
yeah,
people, of course you can disagree. So it's really normal. It's your right. But
yeah,
sometimes for no reason they do this. Just I disagree.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't know why. Yeah,
yeah,
because it happened.
yeah,
Well, okay. So
yeah,
let's keep this topic. I don't want to take your time. I know that you need to start your work. So
yeah.
uh, okay, so we skip this topic, and of course, we keep going with your favorite part, the next session.
Hey,
So you're listening.
yeah,
Just by the way, I want to add something at the end of my speech, and before saying goodbye, I want to say that you has made a really great progress in speaking. Thank you. So you're
yeah,
speaking very bad, yeah, very well now. Especially your pronunciation has improved, and I can see, I can hear. That is perfect.
yeah. Thank you,
You're
thank you.
welcome. You're welcome.
Because
And
because you teaching me, so I think
thank you
it,
so much. No,
yeah.
it's no effort.
Thank you so
Thank you so much.
much.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah. And have a great day, wonderful day, and see you the next time.
yeah. Thank you. See you
You're
on next time.
welcome. Of
Yeah,
course.
goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yeah, bye, bye.
Goodbye.